Hello students, I welcome you all to Sneha Math Academy channel. In today's session, we would be discussing a JEE advanced question based on roots and equations. So let's get started with the class straight away. And I know the exams are coming up, so all the best for your upcoming exams. Everyone take a look at the question here. They have given us, let alpha 1, 2 up till 7 be the roots for this given equation. They're asking us to find what is the value of this. So we have to find the roots of the equation. And that is how we can solve this question. So if you take a look here, the roots, the equation itself is in the power of 7. But we have learned only up till cubic or biquadratic equation. So everyone would, the first thought that would come to their mind when they look at this equation is, oh, this is a very big equation. How do I solve it? So this question has been asked to you in this year 2023 advanced. So let's see how to solve this question. First thing, when you take a look at this equation, I can say that I can take x common, right? If you take x common here, how much we get? X power 6 plus 3x power 4 minus 13x square minus 15 is equal to 0. Now one look at this equation, I can easily say that x is equal to 0 is one of the root. You all agree with me? Now I need to factorize the remaining part, which is again a equation of power 6. So how do I factorize it? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take x square is equal to t. So now I'll replace x square with t. So this equation will now become a cubic equation in t plus 3t square minus 30t minus 15 is equal to 0. Now we know to solve a cubic equation, right? We can directly solve it. So first root, we have to go with the trial and error method. So by going with that method, I'll try substituting x is equal to 3. Okay, that would be 3 cube plus 3 square, 27 plus 27 minus 13 into 3, 39 minus 15. Solve this, this is equal to 0. So I can say x is equal to 3 is 1 root, right? So not x, I'll be substituting t here. T is equal to 3. Okay, so I can say one of the root is going to be t minus 3. Okay, let us find the other roots. For that, I have a cubic equation. So I'll be reducing it to a quadratic. How to do that? We'd be going with a synthetic division. First, I'll write the coefficients alone, which will be 1, 3, minus 13, and minus 15. Next. So they have given us that t is equal to 3. So I'll write 3 here. 1 3s are 3. 6 3s are 18. Plus 5. 5 3s are 15. Of course, we know that the remainder would be 0 because it's a factor. Now we got the quadratic equation, which is t square plus 6t plus 5 is equal to 0. We need to find the roots of this equation. We can factorize it whichever way is comfortable for you. So I need to find out two roots whom when I multiply, I should be getting 5. And when I add them, their sum should be equal to 6. So what are the possible values? It could only be 5 and 1. Right. So the other two roots would be t. Okay, so yes, it is 5 and 1. So the other two roots are t plus 1 and t plus 5 is equal to 0. Now I got the roots, but I need to find out the x value. X square is equal to t, right? So now let's try to find the value of x. So x square is equal to t. The x value is equal to square root of t. Okay, so what is the values of t then? 3, minus 1 and minus 5. Okay, so now t is equal to minus 1, minus 5 and 3. Right, okay. Now I need to find the square root of these values to find x. So see here, x is equal to, so minus 1. If I have square root, I can write it as I, right? The other one, now we are taking square root, so it would be plus or minus. Next one would be plus or minus root 5i. The last one would be plus or minus root 3. These are the values of x. Now, if you see again, we have a line in this question here where the alpha is given the relationship. So I can say that alpha 7 would be very less compared to alpha 1. Right. Okay, then. So now let's try to find the values of alpha 1, alpha 2, 3, alpha 4. After finding these values, I'll just substitute to get the answer. Now, I know alpha 7 is the minimum value. And at the first, we found out the value to be 0. So alpha 7 is going to be 0. What about alpha 6 and 5? So they're talking only about the magnitude. So by considering the magnitude, I get alpha 6 is equal to minus I plus I, then minus root 3 plus root 3 minus root 5i and plus root 5i. Now, since we got the values, what we could do, we could just directly substitute to get the final answer. So we are just one step away from the solution. I should find alpha 1 into alpha 2 minus alpha 3 into alpha 4 plus alpha 5 into alpha 6. So let me substitute it directly. That would be root 5i into minus root 5i minus root 3 into minus root 3. Be careful with the sign, students. Okay, don't make any mistake here. Okay, now I need to just multiply it. That's it, right? Root 5 into root 5 is 5i square. I have a minus sign. Then plus 3 because minus into minus will become plus, and then minus I square. We know that the value of I square is minus 1. So I'll be getting 5 plus 3 plus 1, which adds up to 9. So this is my final answer. The value, right, of the expression is 9. Just note this down, students. And if you have any doubts with any of the steps, you can write it in the comment section. I would give you a detailed explanation. So I hope this question is clear for you all. This is how we solve it. Okay. So thank you very much, students. Whenever you look at a question like this, don't become worried thinking it's a very big equation. We can always take the values and then substitute and solve it. So that's it for today's class. Catch you in another session. Thank you, students. Until then, take care and stay safe.